Good day, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Eureka Archery, and today I am at the Pusat community, Bukit Damansara. I'm doing a review on this bow. This is the TAURUS EFG Bending Turkish design, 30 pounds. So I did an earlier video showcasing this bow in bamboo archery, but today I managed to get a hold of this sample, the 30-pound sample from Bamboo Archery, for me to demonstrate it to my club members. And given this opportunity, I would like to do a few testing and give you an honest review on this particular bow. I will try to measure this to see how long this is. This is not the best way to measure this, of course, but this is what I have, so this is what I'll use. About 50 inches or less. It's about 50 inches. 48 to 50 inches is the length, and this is how it looks. So a little close up, you can actually see this is the sear. It's made from wood. There's a ivory looking string bridge or string pad, and the entire back and belly of the bow is covered in a thin layer of leather. The handle itself is suede, bulbous in the front, and it has some gold thread serving on the transitions. Aesthetically, this looks really good for a fiberglass bow. Although this is an EFG bending bow, the length is quite short. So let's try to string it out. One of the few things that I like about fiberglass bows is that it really lasts. It's really durable. Comparing it to a laminated bow, you have less worries when using a fiberglass bow. Now, there is one important caveat that I have to mention. Fiberglass bows are generally slower than laminated bows. Comparing this TAURUS, the fiberglass bending, with laminated TAURUS, I would say if you want to get the same speed, you have to go approximately 5 pounds higher. If you want to achieve a 30-pound speed comparable to a laminated bow, you will probably need to get 35 pounds of the fiberglass bow. So this is how it looks like. So let's give it a draw. So this is how it draws like, 30 pounds at 28 inches. So let's try this using the thumb with the right hand. So this is how it looks like. Physically, it's not too heavy. So the weight of the bow, I'm just using a generic scale. So we'll see, tight there. This is 390 grams. So this bow is 390 grams. It's quite light. So in a minute, let's try to shoot this bow with a few arrows, and then we're going to see the speed of the arrow. So for this test, I'll be using the TAURUS Carbon Arrows 600 spine with this 30-pound TAURUS EFG fiberglass bow. So let's see how it flies. So let's try it out. I'm going to use the thumb draw with the TAURUS arrows 600 spine. So let's try it out. So I'm gonna give my feedback on how the arrow feels like. General feedback: the bow is small, but it draws 28 inches comfortably. I do not feel any stack. It's smooth as it can get. And if you notice, the bending part of the fiberglass, why it's called EFG bending, is that the sear side, the transition from the limb to the sear, the fiberglass itself is actually molded to have a recurve. So the maker of the bow have actually split the bar, form it in a form or in a jig, and uses epoxy resin to really shape it to the nice recurve that we see on the bow. So I've shot 3 arrows just now. Now with each arrow, I'm going to give you the feedback. So the first thing to notice is that the arrow pass, it actually doesn't go there. It's too high, so it's actually a little bit lower. So you may get like this physical markings, or I would say stains on this, but you can actually clean this with mineral oils again against leather. Even hand sanitizers could work. So let's try this with reviews. So first arrow, drawing it back, it doesn't feel heavy. The release is clean. Now the vibration is about 4 to 5 seconds. So let's try this again. Now it is a fiberglass construction, so you can't run away from vibrations. The mass on the limbs and the handle and the sear, it really vibrates the whole thing. It could probably be compensated with heavier arrows. In terms of hand shock, let's try this. A minimal kickback. You don't actually feel it, but since it is a fiberglass bow construction, there is hand shock. But it's not so much that it hinders your shooting. You don't feel like the bow wants to jump off your hands. You don't feel that. And the vibration, present, but minimal. That was about 4 seconds of vibration, 3 to 4 seconds, very minimal. So the distance we're at now is actually very, very close. It's less than 10 meters. So let's see how it works. So it's actually quite a joy to shoot. 30 pounds with the appropriate arrows, and without too much thought, able to place the arrows quite nicely. So let's try this one more time. So let's try this again. So that was a lot better. Let's take a look. So you can see the straight line grouping there, but maybe the arrow is a little bit too stiff, so the arrows are deviating, it's not landing straight. So maybe it's my technique, maybe it's the arrows, but what I can tell you, this bow, super comfortable to shoot and super durable because it's fiberglass. You have no worries of it delaminating at all. Entire limb section is pure fiberglass. Now let's try to see how fast this bow casts out these arrows. So we're gonna try with the chronograph this time around. Let's see. This is how the bow looks like. Beautiful. It comes in 3 colors: black, red, and dark blue. So let's try this. .169.8. .166.5. Come on, magic number. 175. 172.4. 161.5. So I think this bow can go up to 170, 165 to 170. Remember, it's 30 pounds and it is a fiberglass construction. So is it any efficient? Let's find out with the TAURUS arrows. .171.9. 165.3. 171.1. 166.9. In my personal opinion, for a fiberglass bow, 30 pounds, this casts arrows really fast, and the draw experience is surprisingly really smooth. I have other fiberglass bending bows, and most of it has a stack, and the vibration and hand shot is present, but this one, it has been made to a very minimal amount. I mean, aesthetically it looks good, it looks exactly like the TAURUS laminated, but this is fiberglass, and you can actually see there are some attempts to make it as close to a traditional Turkish bow. It has a very faint kasan, the grip is right. So let's try the speed test one more time. .173.3. I'm very sure this bow and this arrow can go 175, 172.8, 175.4. We did it. 175.4. Fast for a 30-pound fiberglass bending bow. So I've reviewed many beginner bows, I've tried multiple fiberglass bows. I dare say this TAURUS bow's fiberglass bending, it feels really comfortable, and it feels actually quite solid. Now, who would I recommend these bows to? I would definitely recommend it to beginner archers, maybe the younger archers as well, ladies. This is a very light for a fiberglass bow, compact, so you can actually use small archery cases, and I wouldn't be too worried to bring these bows for international tournaments. It packs small, and it is not susceptible to different temperatures and climates, because most of it is a synthetic construction. I do need to say that I'm not a big fan of the placement of the arrow pass, because when you put the nocks, the arrow don't actually pass through the arrow pass at all, it passes below here. So maybe if you're thinking of buying this bow, one thing that you could do is probably you can get ray skin, you can even probably get tape to just cover it up if you are thinking of keeping your bow and reselling it at any given time in the future. But other than that, the bow, approximately 48 to 50 inches in length. So the length of it strung up, I will just measure the string length. It is 44 inches. So the string is 44 inches, so you can tell the bow is actually really small. The brace height is just nice. The draw experience, in my opinion, is really good. 28, you don't feel it. You don't feel the stack on it. 30 pounds doesn't really hurt my thumb so much, because the serving is very generous. Some bows in the market, they will give you this much of a serving, but this one is really long and aesthetically pleasing. The weight is good, the feel of the shooting is nice. Comparing it to the laminated, I would say it's about 70 to 80% there compared to the TAURUS laminated bow. So if you already have a laminated TAURUS, this could be your secondary bow. But if you want to match your laminate bow, get 5 pounds higher. But due to the construction, the bending side, it gives you a nice layoff. So this is my honest opinion on the TAURUS EFG bending bow. You can get this from us, Eureka Archery, or you can contact Bamboo Archery directly, because they are the guys who actually design and tune this bow till it becomes this TAURUS EFG bending Turkish design. It also comes with a serial number for any warranty claims. Now, Bamboo Archery does give a very good warranty for these bows. If you want to find out more, you can ask us for more information. But if I were you, I'm a beginner archer or intermediate archer, I will not hesitate to get this bow. It is a bit pricey compared to the other fiberglass bows in the market, but I dare attest that it will be every penny worth spending. So if you're transitioning from a fiberglass bow to a laminate, and you don't want to spend too much on a laminate, do consider the TAURUS EFG. So my name is Anwar Matsaat. I'm from Eureka Archery. Like, subscribe and share. Don't forget, be an archer today.